Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. For a very long time, it's been years I've been saying that, we might be marching towards a new conservative age, a new era where politics has changed forever. The left had their time to shine. Barack Obama won in 2008, and it really felt at that moment that the culture had shifted. The country was going left, following in the path of the Nordic countries in Europe, and of course the country just of the north, Canada. A socialist path had been treaded, and people were seemingly embracing it. It was a new political culture. But of course, as we know, everything woke turns to you-know-what. And so here we are. What is it, 16 years later? And it really just feels like it's run its course. They tried it, but now it's time to do something different. And so I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting this incredibly hopeful feeling that America, and frankly, maybe even the Western world at large, is about to put leftism on the back burner. It feels like we're headed towards a new conservative age like we haven't seen in a while. It's time to do things a little bit different. And the reason I think it's going to go beyond just a single Trump term and possibly last at least 8 years, if not 12, is mostly due to the left's own action. They got absolutely dominated in the Electoral College. It wasn't even close, not even particularly close. They lost the popular vote, but they still can't get their heads out of their behinds. It's that level of delusion, arrogance, narcissism that I think is going to cause the modern left some issues for a while here. They just cannot accept that they are the problem. They're in total denial, and I don't see how you make a comeback if that's the current stage of recovery that the collective party is in. Now, I want to get into some of this denialism. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so I think I pretty much laid it out there. This is the problem. They just don't get it. Let's first start off with this CNN clip where we've got Scott Jennings and Jeff Jarvis duking it out on the whole Donald Trump is Hitler issue.
I'm amazed. I did not expect Hitler to get so many meeting requests. First from Joe Biden, now from Mika and Joe. It's amazing that literal Hitler is getting all these meeting requests. And what it tells me, Professor, is that all the rhetoric that came from the left, from the Democrats, from the White House, from Kamala Harris and everyone else before the election, all of the rhetoric, the fascism, the Hitler, the Nazi rally, it was all a bunch of BS. They didn't mean any of it. And if I were in the Democrat sort of rabble's shoes, I would be looking at all my leaders and going, did you just BS me for an entire 6 weeks before the election?
I just reread Hannah Arendt's The Origins of Totalitarianism, and I cannot tell you how relevant it is to today. What has gone on in totalitarian regimes before is what is happening in this country right now. It is fascism. His generals called him fascist. Joe Scarborough called him fascist. And now the fascist is in charge. And it is journalism's job to cover it that way, not to back off and say, okay, well, that's it, we lost. Let the fascism happen. No.
It says
So really, that's their strategy. I'm a professor. I read the books. Donald Trump is a fascist. Listen to me. That's my job as a journalist. Okay, buddy. What? You're crazy. What am I supposed to say here? I don't even get it anymore. Am I supposed to write a creative rebuttal? Oh, actually, here's why you're wrong. We've gone through that over the last 8 years. We've already had the argument. We've had the debate. And now we've seen where the cultural trends are moving, and the people have said very clearly, we don't believe that Donald Trump is a fascist. In fact, we're going to vote for him to become the next president of the United States. Yet you're still harping on the same issue, trying to convince people that Trump's a fascist and you know so much better because you read a book and you've somehow connected historic anecdotes that led to fascism in the past to Donald Trump. Well, you're probably totally blinded by your biases. What's the logic here? Oh, Hitler once ate French fries, and so Donald Trump loves French fries. Therefore, we're definitely headed towards the path of fascism. Enough with the insane ramblings, and enough with the condescending approach of, I am a political analyst. I went to a certain school and read a certain book. Therefore, these appeals to argument are convincing no one. Nobody cares. Donald Trump's not a fascist. He's an American icon. He's freaking Trump, baby. We've had him around forever. He's been around since before I'm born. And I remember when I was growing up, those were the peak Trump years. I remember coming home from school and almost every single day The Apprentice was on TV. We all sat around the TV and watched it. Donald Trump was like the business version of Gordon Ramsay. People loved him. He was a character. Every element of this guy's life basically played out in front of the public eye, and he's never been a racist or a fascist or this, that, and the other until he ran for president as a Republican. Ooh, he's trying to make America great again? lower taxes, launch an economic boon. I don't know about you guys, but when I hear these people say this stuff, I'm not even really compelled to argue anymore or to debate. My reaction is just something like this.
Shut up, man!
Shut up already. And then probably follow it up with the typical memes.
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Come on, listen to Michael Jordan leftoids. It'll do you some good. Because I'll tell you one thing, this denialism that we're seeing is unreal. It comes off so cringe and petty, arrogant, narcissistic, self-righteous. I mean, it's just bad. It's a bad look. And speaking of bad look and general denialism,
and by the way, this idea that Trump won with some kind of mandate is not true. I mean, we have information there. He beat Kamala Harris by 1.6%. Joe Biden beat Trump by 4.5%, and nobody said it was a mandate. So get that out of your lips, out of your mouth, these people who are saying it's a mandate. It's not a mandate. And another thing, one more thing. Why are all these cabinet members on people that he's seen on television? Is he going to put Vanna White in there now?
Yes.
I mean, every single one of them is known to us. There's like most presidents, when they have a cabinet, they find like the greatest people from the universe. Yeah, but we didn't know who they were. Did you know Tillerson before he came on? No. I know every single one of these. Even that Hegseth person was an ABC News guy.
No, Fox News.
Whatever.
Joy Behar is now denying the idea that Trump wants some kind of mandate. She claims it's not true. Oh, it's not true. Really? You outspent him by hundreds of millions of dollars. You had the entire media apparatus shill your candidate. Donald Trump ran a totally grassroots campaign and smoked you guys despite the disadvantage, despite all the supposed skeletons in his closet and all the indictments that he was facing. He won the popular vote, the Electoral College, every single swing state, the House, the Senate, and that's not a mandate. It's pure delusion and denialism. They haven't realized that their ideas, their political brand, what they've presented to the American people as a vision for a path forward, has been totally denied.
Because no is not a final answer. We need to have the mentality that no means find another way. No means try again. No means look somewhere else. No does not mean stop trying. Okay?
Another clip, I think, perfectly displaying the delusion and denialism. No doesn't mean no. The American people didn't tell us no. What they meant to say was try again. Just reform the propaganda in more dishonest and deceitful manner, and eventually we'll fool them into supporting our communist gobbledygook. No. No does mean no. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is a mandate, Mrs. Joy Behar. And no, Donald Trump isn't a fascist. He's a great American patriot. These people have learned nothing, and that right there is what is making me feel like we are moving into a totally new political age. It seems like the left is going to have to suffer probably a couple more election losses before they're up against the wall to the extent where they have absolutely no other choice but to really pivot. Right now they're kind of pretending, you know, oh yes, we've learned, we're sorry, we've learned our lesson, but it's obvious that they haven't learned That's the only way that you could accurately portray what's going on here. They've learned absolute bull, and frankly that makes me quite confident. The left is going to have to go on some ayahuasca self-seeking journey or something to have to truly find themselves, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. They're doubling down, they're in denial, and I think most people frankly find it kind of pathetic. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.